My teenage self left a joke in a time capsule about wanting to be my best friend's bottom. Now my girlfriend thinks I'm as straight as a slinky on a staircase. Posted by you/never speak of it again. When I was a teenager, my friend and I came up with the idea to write a list of life goals on a piece of paper for our older selves. We placed our papers inside a lockable box without showing each other what we had written. My friend was the more responsible one between the two of us and the least likely to open the box prematurely, so we both agreed he would keep the box and store it somewhere in his parents' basement until we were old enough to open it together. Life went on, and eventually, we forgot about the box. Fast forward to my friend's father passing away, which left him with the house he grew up in but no living parents. My friend made plans to turn the house into an Airbnb. A couple of weeks ago, I got an unexpected call from him. We were no longer as close, so phone calls between us were somewhat uncommon. He informed me about his dad, the house, and then mentioned what he had found in his parents' basement, the box. I encouraged him to open it then and there and read what we had written while we were on the phone, but he suggested making it more meaningful by meeting up and reading it in person. Cut to the two of us becoming the four of us at the meeting because our girlfriends had also become invested and involved. So there we all were, at my friend's parents' house, enjoying good food and good company. When the time came to open the box, everyone expressed their excitement. My friend and I had totally forgotten what we'd written, so all of us were going in blind. A toolbox was required to open the box because the key for the padlock was nowhere to be found. My friend gave me his list, and I gave him mine. Our girlfriends insisted on it. I was the first to read. My friend had the following things on his list: 1. Fix my teeth. 2. Make money. 3. Learn other languages. 4. Travel. 5. Learn to cook. 6. Eat healthy. 7. Lose my virginity. 8. Study. 9. Teach. 10. Continue skateboarding until I die. My friend's list was fun for everyone. However, he seemed hesitant to read my list. As soon as he said it might be better if I read my list in private, all of us, including me, egged him on to just read the damn thing. My friend reluctantly read the following out loud. 1. Tell Josh I want to be his bottom. That was literally all I wrote. My friend, aka Josh, flipped the piece of paper so that all of us could see the drawing I had made of the two of us smashing. No one seemed to know how to react. I attempted to break the awkward silence by pointing out that I was obviously joking when I wrote that. My friend backed me up and said it was totally in character for teenage me to make gay jokes at inappropriate times. Everyone kind of filed my comment under boys will be boys and laughed it off. That being said, my girlfriend was not laughing during our drive home. She was too busy questioning me about my sexuality. She didn't stop with the questions until I finally confessed that I was, in fact, bisexual, something I had never actually shared with anyone before. Needless to say, that revelation created tension between us, even though I've assured her that I'm not attracted to anyone else but her. Pessimism is telling me that I should brace myself for a breakup. Update 1 day later. My girlfriend seems to be ghosting me now. Her responses to my messages have gone from one-word comments that took her forever to send, to nothing at all. My friend, on the other hand, hasn't stopped messaging me since the events in my previous post. Between my girlfriend ghosting me and my friend bombarding me with follow-up questions, I definitely feel like I messed up as a teenager when I decided to leave a note to my future self that exposed my sexuality. My friend has sent me multiple messages to inform me that he's still in touch with some of our former high school classmates. He made me aware of this because he wanted me to understand why he thought it made sense to share our decades-old list of life goals with other people. At first, I had no problem with it because I assumed everyone who knew me in high school would just laugh at my list and add it to all the other dumb stuff I said and did as a teenager. According to my friend, our former high school buddies did, in fact, laugh, but they also added my gay joke, or gag, or whatever it was, to their own little list of clues that apparently made them doubt my straightness throughout high school. My friend said that nothing about me had ever made him question my sexuality, but he was starting to feel like he might have missed something because it seemed like he was the only person in our circle of friends who hadn't connected the dots. I didn't know how to respond to that, but I managed to answer every question he had for me as truthfully as possible. Yes, it was more than just a gay joke. Yes, I wanted to be more than friends. No, I didn't know our friends had realized I had an inner twink. No, our friendship didn't fizzle out after high school because I had feelings for him. Yes, I'm into girls and guys. I could go on and on. My friend apologized for putting me on the spot and promised to make an effort to spend more time with me in person so that he can learn more about what makes me me. Like old times, but gayer, I guess. He even joked about setting me up with his male friends in case my relationship comes to an end. The last few days have been an emotionally exhausting experience. I've unintentionally come out twice now. So much for waiting until I was ready. Second update 6 days later. My family now knows I'm bi. My girlfriend shared the news with her gym partner, aka my sister, who then informed our parents. I had no idea any of this was happening until I recently visited my mom and dad. What was supposed to be nothing more than the usual hey mom, hey dad, hey totally straight son, blah 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 unexpectedly became an obvious case of there's an elephant in the room. As soon as my parents asked me how things were going with my girlfriend, I knew they knew. My mom and dad never really cared about who I dated, so for them to suddenly be interested in my relationship made me feel like something was up. When I asked my parents what was going on, my mom and dad looked at each other like they were telepathically trying to figure out who was going to take the lead. My mom decided to step up and do the talking, but she became emotional before she even opened her mouth. My dad took over and said my mom was still processing what my sister had shared with them about my transition from only girls to not only girls. I didn't have to ask how my sister found out. I knew she must have heard it from my girlfriend since the two of them often worked out together. My mom, mid-tears, asked the universe, or whatever, if none of her children were straight. She was referring to both my brother and sister being gay. My dad reminded my mom that she had promised to keep her crap together, especially since she'd been through this twice with my siblings. My mom reminded my dad that she had to keep her crap together throughout their marriage, since it's become clear to her where all their children get their gayness from. I didn't know what that meant, and I didn't really want to know, so I interrupted whatever was happening between my mom and dad to tell both of them that, for the record, I was not gay, I was bi, but I was still the same person, and I would appreciate it if life could continue as if nothing had changed. I was practically pleading with my parents to please go on with their lives and leave my sexuality out of it, because it was beginning to feel like I'd been bi for just a few days and now nothing seemed the same. I was able to diffuse the tension between my parents, albeit just for that moment, and managed to get a group hug out of it. Would I call that a happily ever after? Not at all. It was an okayish ever after. Sadly, the same cannot be said about my relationship. My girlfriend and I broke up. She said her religion left no room in her life for a boyfriend who liked other guys. I knew the breakup was inevitable, but I never expected my girlfriend to play the religion card. I've literally never seen her pray or go to church, so the fact that she was suddenly too holy for me would have been hilarious if it weren't so heartbreaking. The good news is the damage is done. I lost the girl, and I might have resurrected unresolved marital problems between my mom and dad, but hey, at least I can hopefully move on and fully be me now. Commenter. So, your gay sister outed you to your parents after working out with your girlfriend, who then decided she couldn't be with you because of God. That seems hard to accept, but if true, your sister would be the jerk in this story, well, the biggest one, anyway. Op's response. The day my sister moved out of the house was one of the best days of my life. Sharing a house with her for years was an absolute nightmare. I'm convinced she poisoned our dog on purpose, that's how much of a psycho I believe she is. I have no idea what my ex-girlfriend gets out of spending time with her. Op shares details about his father's past. According to my brother, my dad used to sell the green stuff during his hippie days many moons ago, and apparently, the place where he sold the most just so happened to be near a popular gay club. My brother showed me a photo of my dad posing inside the gay club with a couple of his customers. My dad looked like the albino twins from The Matrix Reloaded, but less sophisticated. Anyway, what my brother was trying to say was that he thinks our mom might have a misconception about my dad secretly having a hidden intimate identity, when in reality, he was just a dealer who sold to random gay guys.